Come here, I'll show you where to set the traps.
Can I get in the water?
Yeah, you can get in the water. All right, come stand right here. You won't, yeah, you're fine. Here, stand, see right here how it's higher here. Now put your foot right in there. No, you're fine. Trust me. See how it gets a little deeper? That's where the beaver run in and out. So that means right back in there is a hole that goes back up in their lodge right there. So what we'll do is we'll set a trap right here. At that's called an H stand because it's the shape of an H. We're at our cabin. Last year we come out, we stayed on the river, the same river, but about, I don't know, 10 miles upstream. We stayed in our tent. This year they decided it'd be too cold, so we decided to just stay at the cabin. So I brought the boat. We're gonna, if I can get this set. Oh, there we go. Brought the boat. We're gonna set a few traps at a few lodges, try to get a beaver like we did last year and have a Thanksgiving beaver. Yesterday technically was Thanksgiving, but whatever. We'll still call it Thanksgiving beaver. But I got, there's a huge lodge here. It's one of the biggest lodges I've ever trapped. I mean, it's gotta be 20 to 30 foot across. But I got a run right here. There's, you can see like the ground's higher here, and then it just goes right down into a little channel, and I can see right back in here where there's the entrance for them. Oh, this one don't have wire. This is a big no-no. Don't not wire off your safeties on your trap, because sooner or later you're gonna miss a beaver, which I have before because of that. The safety ends up catching the spring, or mine caught the jaw, but oh well.
Hopefully you catch one.
I know, I hope so. I got my H stand down in the run in the center. That's set about as good as I'm gonna get it. I don't want to push too hard. I can find my chain. This trap just has a chain on it. Always, wire off or chain off your traps, because I've caught beaver by their tail before, and if it wasn't tied off, they'd have been miles down the river just struggling and fighting to try to live. This way, if I catch one and it does, it's not a perfect clean kill, at least they can't get anywhere. So when I come back tomorrow, I can I can get them. But I got that trap there, and then there's an entrance right out here I'm going to set, and then I'm going to do a blind set. I don't know if you can see way down there. There's a little food cache, and between that and the bank, there's a little run. I'm just going to set a blind set in that, and hopefully I get something there. So we'll see. This here, because it's so deep, this is a tall H stand. This is a 54 inch. It's the tallest one I have. I'm sure they make taller ones, but another thing too I've learned is with setting an H stand, you always want the trigger on top. If you set it on the bottom, they tend to hit this bottom bar here, and it slows the speed of them setting off. Get this in there. And I just did what I said not to do. There. You don't have to use H stands if you're, new to beaver trapping or whatever. But I'm telling you right now, if you got a way to get them out there, they're by far the easiest thing to use. Now this one here, I'll show you, has the wire like I was talking about. Oop. Just take a little bit of wire so you can take your safety. Ooh, that one ain't gonna reach. It broke. No, it'll get it. And you can wire off your safeties to either side. That way it keeps them right where they're supposed to be. Just like that, and then that way it can't catch anything. But I'm gonna get this one wired off. I'm gonna get this trap set in this deeper run out here. I have a theory on runs from lodges. I don't know if it's true or not, but it seems to me that the more shallow and closer to the bank I set a trap, the smaller the beaver. The deeper runs, I tend to get bigger beaver. I don't know if it's, has any merit or anything, but I just kind of noticed that. But I'm gonna come out here, take my trap, and there's a log. I don't know if it'll show up or not, but there's a big log right here. I'm gonna take all this stuff here. I'm taking my feet and I'm feeling on the bottom where it's at its deepest point. So I can feel right here, it starts to go up. Right there's the deepest point. There. All right, so now I got that. Good thing about a beaver lodge, is there's always sticks. I just gotta find something that's strong enough to hold a beaver if I catch it poorly. That should work. So what I got here is I got the run. It's coming straight out. It's like right over here. What they're doing is they're coming out. There's this big log. It's about that big around. Beaver always dive underneath stuff. So what it does is usually you call them a dive stick. We put them above traps and water if we want something to dive underneath, but this is natural. They're used to it. What they'll do is they'll come out of their lodge, come down their little channel here, hit that log, go underneath it, and boom, right in my trap. What I might do, hey Zoe, you want to hand me a couple sticks up there? Go right over here. No, you can walk through the water. Hand me that long one right there. No, that long one that's running. Yep, that one. Pull hard. It's probably frozen in.
I gotta fix my car.
Okay. She finally got her first pair of waders. Tell you what, try to go to Cabela's at the end of duck season and try to find a pair of insulated waders for a kid. Good luck. You had to bundle her up underneath just to keep her warm. You get it? No? That's all right.
I can't get it.
That's all right. See if you can hand me some of them right there. Something that you can grab that are about as tall as you or something close. That's perfect. Give it to us. Good throw. Now this, yes please. These are blocking sticks. I don't really need them here because the channel is narrow enough. But in the case where a beaver might want to try to go around the trap, they see these and they see the opening for the trap, which is bigger, so it funnels them right into it. Hand me one more. That's perfect right there. And when you set these, you want to set them inside both the springs. So like if your spring's right here, you don't want to set it on the outside because when it opens, it'll hit. You want to set it right in the spring so when it opens, it's completely out of the way. I'm actually going to set one right there. All right, there's that. All right, I'm going to set one more trap. We'll go down here and we'll see how we do. So this here is what you would call a blind set. This is, I got the lodge right over here that we just set them 2 traps at. Right below my wife here, it's filming, is a caster mound where you can see where the beaver pushing stuff up. There's a little run going to it. And then right here is their food cache. So what they'll do, they'll come from their lodge, they'll follow this shore, and the food cache is actually, it goes from the lodge over there. I'm about 20 to 30 feet away. And it goes about another 15 foot, and I can see where they're starting another section about 50 foot from me. But they'll follow the shore all the way down. I can see where they're running. right here is a nice little choke point. I'll have a tree to tie off to, and it'll be just deep enough to get my trap in. I could put a few blocking off sticks right here. So in theory, they should hit the lodge, come out of the lodge, follow this shore, and then boom, right into my trap. But the reason you call it a blind set is because there's really no, distinct. It's not like you're not setting an entrance to something. Like they're going in and out of an entrance. They don't have to come through this area. They can go around, but in theory, they should do like I said. But I got my trap set. Tie off my safeties. That's a very important thing, trust me. If you're new to beaver trapping, always do it. Because the first time you miss a beaver because you didn't tie them off, you're going to be mad at yourself. Something so simple. I'm going to take, actually this will work perfect here. I'm going to wrap that around. I'm going to put it back on the H stand. I might wrap it around that tree twice. And then you lock your H stand together like that. I'm right at the bottom. When you do blocking off sticks, you don't want something new like this. That's food to them. You want something old. Something old like that. They don't see, like you can see the color difference. You don't want them to eat the stick or think of its food. You want it to look old. And they don't need to be big. Stuff this size is perfect because all you're doing is just putting stuff in to where it limits their area of movement. Then let me see here. I'll take, like I said, if you're trapping a beaver lodge, the thing they do for you is cut a lot of your branches down. But this is what I was telling you about a dive stick. They'll see this as they're swimming through, and it'll cause them to dive underneath it because they don't want to bump into it. Think of a spider web when you're walking, you always kind of duck around it. You don't just walk through it and say, oh well. Same with them, but all I'm doing is setting that just above the water. So when they're swimming, they see that and they go underneath it and right in my trap. So 3 traps, 1 lodge, 2 of them are on entrances, 1's in a blind set. We'll see how we do, and we'll come back tomorrow. We're only going to set them one night because we're leaving 2 days from now, but I don't want to come mess with them the day that we're leaving. So hopefully tomorrow we'll have some beaver to cook. We'll find out. All right, come on.
Here?
No, you're fine. I got you. Good job. We're just back to check our traps, and I see 1 beaver right here. So 1 down. We got 2 more traps to check. Now look at them. This is. Guess what? Oh, you can't see it. I got mud over there right now, but this is an adult beaver. My theory on the smaller beaver up top, I mean, like I said, I don't know if it holds true all the time, but I tend to catch smaller ones in shallower sets closer to the den. But that's an adult. That's a little big for a 2-year-old.
How old is it?
Oh, that's probably 3 or 4 years old. Look at his teeth.
They're brown.
Yeah, they gotta look how long they are. You know why they're that color?
Because they chew on wood?
Yeah, their teeth are infused with irons. That way it makes them nice and strong so they can chew through wood. But if they don't chew through wood, their teeth keep growing and they'll never stop and they won't be able to eat no more. So that's why they just chew on stuff sometimes. Well, we got 1 there. Yeah, don't come over here because it gets a little deep. Let me pull my sticks out. This is, nah, that's a 2-year-old right here. Let me get him up here. Yep, so this, I don't know. Yeah, that's probably a 2-year-old. Little 2-year-old beaver. So we got an adult in the shallower set, and I got a younger one out here. We got one more over there, and I can't, oh, I see the trap. I see my H stand. I can't see the trap, but we'll get over there. I'll get these guys out of the trap. We'll check that one, and we'll see if we got something. Oh, ooh, icy. I just went over and checked it. There was it was tripped. Something had got in it, more than likely a muskrat. That happens. But we got 2 beaver. I'm happy with that. That's, you know, I don't want to spur up here to have fun. I want to spend all night skinning stuff, so 2 won't take me too long. And I'll get these guys out of the trap real quick. And you can pet a beaver. There. I didn't have my trap setter with me. I don't know where it's at. I could probably buy a new one now. Woohoo. But 330 conibear, you can set them by hand. It's not the easiest thing to do. If you're ever going to go out trapping, you've never done it before, get a trap setter. It's way easier. But I think these are 2 adult beavers. Now that I put them side by side, they're the same size. They're a little big for 2-year-olds. I am pretty happy with that. You happy? Yeah, good. I think we did pretty good. 3 traps, 2 beaver, 1 was sprung, probably a muskrat, maybe mink or something, who knows. Could have been a beaver that got in, got out, I have no idea. But we are gonna take these guys back. We're gonna cook up some beaver burgers. I got an idea how I'm gonna do it, and pretty sure it's gonna be good, so let's go cook them. Ready to go? Good. So we had a few ideas. We're gonna do beaver burger sliders. Got some onions here caramelizing. We got some Hawaiian buns and some pretzel buns baking in the oven with some garlic and butter and like parsley on them. What I'm gonna do, kind of like a smash burger. Hopefully it turns out pretty good. I got the beaver ground up, and then I added about 10 to 20% of pork in there. You can see the little, I got 7 little burgers. That's some hen of the woods there. But with smash burgers, the idea is a loose kind of little ball. Don't pack them tight. I don't know how this is gonna work because I don't have wax paper.
You said hen of the woods and it's clearly chicken, and I don't want you to sound stupid.
That's fine.
Okay.
But the thing about smash burgers is you want them loosely packed, you don't want them tightly packed, but you want to use wax paper. So what you do is put the ball of burger down, put wax paper on top of it, put your spatula on it, and then push it down. The wax paper keeps it from sticking to the spatula. I don't have wax paper, so hopefully I can do this without it sticking to the spatula. This is just it's from Lowe's. It's a little window glazer. I use it to scrape all the stuff off my Blackstone here. So I think I'm gonna use this to push down on. We're gonna see. You wanna push down and then just kind of hold till it somewhat bakes the bottom side of it. I'm gonna take the spatula. Oh, that worked. Good. All right, I'm gonna do that to the rest of them. All right, now I'm gonna take, my lovely wife just corrected me. This is hen of the woods, or I'm sorry, chicken of the woods, not hen of the woods. I really know what kind of mushroom it is, I just said it wrong. But I'm gonna take that, just get it on. It's already pre-cooked. This is from like 2 years ago probably. Maybe this year, I can't remember. Get that on there with some butter. But if you ever find any chicken or hen, you can preserve them the same way. Cook them on a griddle like this and then vacuum seal them in butter. They say we just ate hen of the woods 5 years later and it was still good. But I'm gonna get that. Onions are looking real good. When you do a smash burger, you want to heat up a little higher than what I had it. I wish I'd had it a little hotter. You want it to kind of caramelize the bottom of it real quick. Is what it is. This will work. I'm gonna let them cook a second and I am gonna go check on the buns to see if those are ready. All right, so the buns weren't done, but I gotta flip the burgers. Ooh, them are cooking nice. Beaver's a real lean meat, so if you do grind it up, you gotta add some type of fat to it. I put pork fat. I mean, you could probably go to your local butcher and get like beef fat or whatever you want, but as long it just needs some form of fat. If you don't use fat, another thing you can do, I've used on venison before, is take an egg, crack an egg, just take the egg white and mix that up within it. The egg white kind of helps bind it together. But I had pork because I'm fat and I love pork. I'm gonna take some of the onions, I'm just gonna put them on top of each burger. And then we went to a local place, actually 2 local places around here that make cheese, and we bought like 5 or 6 different types of cheeses. Forget what kinds. We have Havarti, we have some, sounds odd, but I think it's gonna be good. It's a blueberry type of cheese. Some pinconing cheese, if you're from Michigan, I'm sure you heard of that. And I don't know, there's a few others in there. We'll figure it out. I'll take some of that, and I don't know what ones would be best on what burger with what bun, so I'm just gonna kind of shoot from the hip here. Take a little bit and put it on each one, and then just see what tastes the best. One way to melt cheese or anything, like cook anything, is you take a disposable tin, put it over top, take a little water, squirt some water in there, and then kind of put something on top, try to seal it down, the steam will cook and melt it. So we got that. I'm actually gonna eat this cheese because it's good, but I'll go get the buns and build some sliders. That's gonna be good. Make my wife's plate for her. I don't remember what one's the top and bottom bun. Oh well. There it is. 7 sliders. We got Hawaiian buns and pretzel buns on there, so we'll go put whatever toppings we want on them and we'll see how they taste. So right here is where I found out my wife actually kind of screwed up. God bless her soul. You know, she goes out and braves through all this stuff with me, goes on my stupid little adventures and make these dumbass YouTube videos. She turned the power off to my lavalier microphone because she thought we were done. We weren't done. So I lost all audio to these parts. All I'm going to say is a smashed beaver burger with a pretzel bun is by far the way to go. If you go out beaver trapping, trust me, just grind it up. If you have a way to grind it, take it to someone, have them grind it up, however you got to do it. Make a smashed beaver burger the way I made it with whatever cheese you want on a pretzel bun. You will not regret it, I promise you. So to save you with all the other boring stuff, I'll leave you with this. I hope I see you on another one. Thanks for watching.